crowd's fired up, and so are we. FPX starting off on attack, and there is heavy presence defensively here from Leviatan. So many members from FPX here as well. The first kill goes in favor of King.
What a good orb as well, just completely concealing one side of this. They are ripping them apart right now. That knife from Shy delayed them so much at the beginning.
And you've got to be careful. Tacolilla has taken all of A. There was just a drone that went through mid. There is nowhere for FPX to go right now. They cannot easily pivot. And there you go. You see the man on your screen holding the angle. Has already sent off a couple of pot shots. Make you think twice about rotating back his way.
He's giving that up early. Very early, actually. And he invested a ghost, so no headhunter to get the one-taps at that range.
Yeah, really not a ton of damage dealt either. Sha may have used the heal on himself. But either way, yeah.
It's still not much room to work with if you're FPX, though. Obviously, they took some space back on the backside, but Tacolilla has rotated as well. He's sitting right outside the kitchen right now. That's a great shot from Angel.
Yeah, crispy little punch back from the caller for FPX.
30 seconds
and off of that, they think there's room to breathe. There's room to work.
20 seconds, though.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a ton of time.
We do have Shao's wall, so they can go for this plant. Also, no utility actually delay past the ball, so this is going to get it down. They have a chance here.
There's the wall that you were just mentioning. It's such a nuisance in these pistol rounds. It takes forever to get through. But now that that's been dropped, they're just going to pick their way through it.
Elza does not have a counter wall here to go for the defuse.
What they do have is numbers, and what they do have is positioning currently, unless FPX continue to do things like that. They had the advantage as far as personnel goes, and they fumbled the bag on that. Meltzer not able to land any shots. Both clips run dry, and it's an awkward moment of staring each other in the face before FPX takes the pistol.
And there was no reason they should be able to pull out that 3 versus 5. But Angel, who picks up Artis' Sheriff, just completely opens it up. And also Tacolilla not finding anything on that backside flank. And he was quiet in their last game. Potentially a reason why they had their struggles overall, is they have to compensate for potentially Tacolilla succumbing to the pressure.
He's normally the star for the Latin American representatives. And you're right, it was a quiet performance. We'll keep a close eye on him, as once again it's pressure from Leviatan towards B, and this time there's a Vandal waiting on the other side.
And it's such a good prowler as well from Angel to follow up on Artis' punish. Last time they got trapped in this garage, and this time they are dominating the lane.
Angel's already 3-0. They have 2 rifles into this round, a Spectre in the hands of Xiao. And there's not even a Sheriff to fight back with. Xiao getting the spike down. Now Leviatan have to figure out how they're going to try to retake this thing back with the disadvantage that they find themselves staring at. It's all onto Adverso as well in this 1v4. The one glimmer was this. It's Sugetsu, who only has a Sheriff. And it's him who cleans it up at the end. FPX take the first 2.
And this is dangerous territories right now. FPX with 2 rifles still carried in this round. A good shot at this bonus. A very good shot. The classic FPX buy. Now you do not want to not have a solid half here if you're Leviatan. They struggled on the attack side. That's where they got up to match point and lost 6 in a row to lose the game.
Oh, that's cheeky. This time an early wall and aggression. It's not without...
Again, it's the same duel. 3 rounds in a row. And FPX, look at Sugetsu. He's gotten all the way into mid with his orb. Yes, he's tagged by the knife, so they know there's potentially an approach down at bottom mid, but is it tube? Is he already through? Adverso doesn't know.
Oh, he might. Oh, gosh. Oh, boy.
That's ugly.
Was that a safe haven bit right there? That has the potential to be it. As once again, FPX find themselves with the numbers advantage. Artis able to do what Sugetsu was not.
And it's so slow. Look, King is completely on the other side of the map right now. Already determining. They want to save, and potentially a good choice, but it's a 2 versus 3, right? You definitely want to give yourself the opportunity to get back in this round. So early. And Leviatan playing very, very safe and cautious here.
I mean, they don't really. I mean, you see it on screen. Shy and King have really no money to speak of. But you're right. You kind of wonder with it early into the half as it is. This feels like a really. I mean, there could be a case study on this, right? Like, is it better to make an aggressive play here and try to make something happen, knowing it's early and you can still right the ship, or do you play safe?
Well, there has actually been a lot of look into FPX's buys here early. Were they able to snowball, 3-0s?
Yeah.
I was talking to Josh a little bit about this. Is FPX on this round specifically, they actually have some of the worst conversion rates out of everyone.
Which is so counterintuitive.
Yeah, you would not expect that. But let's see, the anti-eco in the 4th round. Where there's 2 weapons saved here from Leviatan.
The 2 we were just mentioning, ultimates up on either side. Melser has a Marshal.
And it's not the aggressive B-lane push that we've seen for the first 3 rounds. Instead, Melzer has that Marshal, like you mentioned, down the B-lane this time.
Oh, and he spotted a gun barrel.
Artis wants this fight.
Here.
So bad. Spotted it, though.
He's getting a couple looks at it, too. Oh, surely he's already satchel up. King not able to hold the line.
And that's one of the rifles. Melzer's going to get for it. Artis is swinging. Oh, my goodness, just escapes.
But it looks like they want to continue. They want to continue to go forward. Zipan has gotten all the way up on top of yellow. The wall's going to go up, and Artis finds another.
And Shy is not in a position to nade this at all. So it's all on Adverso, who does shock and get 2 kills. Oh my goodness.
He's gotten him certainly further than they were just a moment ago. He only has 5 HP to work with, though.
The flank.
Taco's got to find value.
The chamber trip is down.
He's got the headhunter, but he's been spotted, position given away, and he swings out into 2 members. Shaounsu gets you staring him down.
Standing ahead.
And Adverso, who's gotten them this far, is going to have to get him past the finish line himself. But, I mean, with no HP to work with and no time either.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at that movement that he had right there where he's backing off and then going forward with the dart. That's his teammate telling him, hey, try this. We've got to buy next round anyways. But he thinks better of it. FPX 4-0. We really haven't seen Leviatan in these types of positions so far this tournament, right? Where they're down early. Obviously, there was the game against Loud on Haven. That one's a little different. They just threw a massive lead. This one's right out the gate.
One enemy remaining.
Artis has his ult. Really, everyone on the side of FPX is close to theirs, while Leviatan has a couple of members in a similar situation.
Zipan wants to get on top 2 here. So pay attention. There's definitely some things you can do here if you're Adverso and Shy.
Let's play.
Counteract this dart. Oh, he misses the jump, though. Look at that Molly to deny the space from Shy. He can't even peek Zipan in that case.
Early stage wall down belong for Melser.
Also, this wall, too, thrown out from Sugetsu. They definitely want to commit to potentially a mid-split or pushing down the B lane and then getting the site itself rather than playing off and back towards yellow.
You see Shy up in kitchen has to respect that wall and not understand what's on the other side.
Wow, look how deep they're crossing actually in spawn right now. You're going to challenge Taco.
And he's not in rendezvous range. But he spots Artis. Does he realize that Sugetsu's up top? No, it doesn't matter. Taco's able to swing by just in the nick of time. And he's going to re-challenge. He's going to hold this angle again. Because why would you expect something like that? Taco takes the rendezvous, gets away.
FPX has no wall here to control the space. They have to fight.
Oh, and that shock dart and knife. That's going to delay things considerably. Or at least it should, but they're starting pushing on the other side. Adverso, he's here. No visual cue. There's the wall from Xiao. Now he's staring on the other side, but as soon as the panel goes down, he tries to engage. He tries to swing and fight. Rez in the hands of Melser if things get hairy.
Same with Xiao, though. He can actually opt to dip back here.
Bring Artis back. It's just so far away. Shy on the tap. And there's no challenge. Now the gunfire ups and FPX walk away victorious yet again. A 3v3 here turns into a 3v1. As FPX just continue to dismantle Leviatan, but perhaps King can do something to equalize things. He's got it down to 1v1. Xiao healthy, but time once again not on their side.
The 3rd save in a row, and this one obviously very much prompted. rather than unprompted. And backing off before you can actually even decide whether the round was won or lost. This one for sure. They struggled to pick the players here playing back 410. What a shot from Zipan against Takalia.
One enemy remaining.
They were all grouped up. This is the dangerous part of not playing that post.
You wonder what their mentality is going into this one. Perhaps a statement looking to be made, and so far that's been the case.
Zipan.
And that was a Guardian in the hands of Adverso.
I mean, talk about returning straight back to a group stage form. It's actually Zipan who's doing it rather than Leviatan. Because his game against DRX was definitely more quiet than the group stages for him. And they did swap him back onto this Raze after playing KO earlier in this comp on ICEBOX.
Just one rifle left in the hands of King.
Look at the ults.
Oh, Shy managed to upgrade it. Now he has the Guardian.
Going for more. Shy's by himself. Just
aggressive.
Completely alone.
Very aggressive.
King
you have Artis on the other side, too. Oh, and you've got everything.
I mean, wow. FPX with such a good reaction. Angel was literally ready for that type of play.
Yep.
Zipan's backing up just at the right time, too, and the Nightfall just decays them down. Traces their path.
And it's just easy from that point. It really is. Look at how far up Sugetsu is. Or how far back, excuse me, really, as he's trying to keep Melser away. The thing is, they have nothing to save at this point.
One enemy remaining.
So maybe they're forced into the situation. Perhaps they can make a play off of that.
Save their dignity.
That doesn't seem to be working either. A 6-0 lead for FPX. This has been difficult.
And I'm watching, the more I watch, especially that last round, the more I start to wonder if this is starting to be a matchup diff entirely. Because that reaction right there from Angel, I mean, it's so perfect. And also, FPX is just receiving everything from Leviatan. Just really, really nice. In comparison, all the games that I watched from Leviatan in groups was them being that receiving end, them accepting the aggression. And that's potentially a reason why they were doing so well, was because they were good at that. Back to this mid strat. Zipan fast over. Another entry for the Swede.
And the thing is, Leviatan have they had 5. Now they have 4 ultimates into this round. So you wonder if maybe that's what they can do to swing the tide back in their favor. But an opening like that makes things so much more difficult.
Taco gonna go for the angle again. He's got the tour de force, but Zipan just 2 steps ahead of him.
FPX choosing to go back to A.
There's definitely some big cancelable ults here. Obviously, Zipan with his showstopper can get canceled by Shy, so FPX should be aware about this. And great response there.
King using the ult, and there's a showstopper, but there's no response. He gets the ult off. Adverso is able to trade back as Adverso from up top finds a third on the round. But now Angel, back sight. Trying to keep things back as Taco tries to bring Shy back from the dead, and he does.
Zipan's peeking him!
2v2, Zipan from up top finds another. Shy left alone. A little bit of utility to his aim, but not a lot of health. Spots one player, swings, nothing done. A 7-0 lead.
And Zipan is destroying this team right here. Destroying any hopes that they might have on this first map. Because like I said, that ult was cancelable. Look how fast he pops it. Just blindly shoots it at the ult.
Understanding the window is tiny.
And as soon as he shoots it off, yeah, the window, it goes away, but he gets it off in time.
Yep.
And now that's a wasted ult from Shy. Now that's a wasted ult from King as well. No Viper's Pit. They're going back to basics. And the thing is, FPX has already known that this is a thing, known that they want to go for this continuously.
Oh, this time Martin splashed, and he finds nothing. Finally, the first time we see Leviatan get an advantage off of that play.
That there's res here, and all of a sudden that advantage is gone unless they can stop this res from going down. There's no more pinch coming from the A side.
And they're not in a position to really challenge this res that you were just mentioning, so you're absolutely right.
Here's
it just
their
equalizes back before it.
It missed entirely.
Oh, it's not going to find anything.
The only response they had to stay in this. And it's back to 4v4.
Back into a 4v4 with one gun on the side of Leviatan.
Just ridiculous, man.
just a proper dismantling at every single step. Angel pushing forward. You see Shy with some utility out. As soon as the Viper wall goes up, the thing is they have someone back yellow. King makes that Guardian work at least a little bit. Shy Sheriff does too. Excuse me, it was in Versos. Either way, they're getting a couple of kills. Sugetsu in this 1v2. Nothing. Finally, Leviatan on the board.
Some life left in them still. And I did see a massive Leviatan section in the crowd earlier. There's a whole banner.
Yeah, they're rolling deep.
One enemy remaining.
CEO's up in the front row as well. They've definitely got support. What a round from King. Actually, what a round from Leviatan in general. Owner. Happy about that.
And that, man, is that what they needed? They need fire. They need something.
There was some great utility response there. At the tail end of that push when it was coming down from FPX, Taco's got the op.
Taco's got a challenge.
No found. Nothing found.
Artist pushing his way forward. Zipan close by. Shao puts the wall up and he's going to get the spike down. They're going to have the Viper's Pit to deal with too. The shock dart's just a bit late, but Reverso continues to frag. Taco holding Sable with the operator. Again, they're going to have to get through the green goo before him. And can they do it? Can they find the space? I just don't know how they...
This pocket from Shao is devastating.
Yeah. I mean, the positioning is good. The ultimates are good. Taco maybe had a window and cracking something open here, finding an advantage, but it was actually Shy who does it. Now, Melser gets the wall up, and they're getting the kills that they're looking for. Oh my gosh! Oh boy!
Volley's down!
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Is he gonna have...
Just
oh
barely.
my gosh!
Just barely. Wow. I mean, heroics from Zipan.
Yeah, I'd say.
But my goodness, just 0.2 seconds more, and this would have been, I mean, up there with the artist clutch. That would have been up there with the artist clutch. Instead, it gives Leviatan a little more hope. 2 in a row now.
Oh, they're just hanging on for dear life.
I don't know, Owner. I don't know if that was as a successful round as it looked. It did just get Melzer's ult online right now. And it has been a lot of picks here out from FPX. Artist has got his op up. And Zipan's definitely looking for something.
The Prowler to work forward and lead the way. The drone is cleared out. As FPX are taking a slow, more methodical approach to this round.
And one thing that they haven't really done is commit the wall right now. So they still have room to pivot.
They want to go forward. Zipan again returning to the scene of the crime where he just absolutely gets destroyed this time. Again, an opener going the way of Leviatan. Art is still holding his angle. He's within the realms of his rendezvous. And you wonder here, Angel has already started to rotate out. King, hop, 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 my friend, hop! Oh, FPX. Seemed like there was a moment in which Leviatan could try to swing momentum back their way, but FPX just slammed the door shut.
Player standing.
And they're being methodical about this. 2 in a row, maybe. 3 in a row, absolutely not. Sugetsu. Oh. Almost able to deal with Taco, but Taco handles him.
There's just no way he gets a handle on the round, though.
No. An Artist has already got the mid covered, too. You can't really fall back through that. This could be the long lanes. He wants the op.
Man, our observers are so good.
Just so good, man.
That's just criminal. You see, the bait is there. Angel going to get it. Whoa, wait a second. What are you doing here?
Nice slow. He's going to die for this.
Maybe.
Oh, does he escape? Yes. Look at Artist, though. He crept
escape?
all the way.
Is it an escape? No, it's not. And well, I feel like that perfectly encapsulates the domination that has been FPX up until this point.
Yeah.
The guy can't even get the op and get away.
Okay, yeah, sure. I'm looking at the Angel moment, though, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's not as good of a read as we thought Angel had on the map.
He's allowed a couple.
Of
He's
course.
allowed a couple.
Eight to 2.
Let's flush them out.
And FPX, so far, what looks like they went for a pick where they should have the advantage based on Leviathan being the worst team here.
Nice, 2 massive kills out from them. And it was off of that early wall. You can tell what their game plan was. They Sage Wall B, they Viper Spit A, and then they invest some presence mid to try to lock down every lane.
Your duty is not
I do love how much. Hold on. They're going fast to try to punish right now. Shao as well, getting the res back up too. To bring Artis back into it. And there is an op on the floor.
Almost full strength here for FPX. And it looks like it may be a straight up 4v4 here for the site. King, the one exception, who's still playing back towards A in his ult.
I'm looking at Edverdisso here. He's the guy who's been so electric for Leviatan so far.
Oh, did you see that little, there's a little crevice in the wall. But other utilities blocking it off.
Good orb here as well.
Yep.
This is King's, right? From all the way on the other side. So ran his way back over towards A at the beginning to get that pit down. And now he's supporting the other side of the map.
FPX having to pivot a little bit. Perhaps they can find some room off of a mid split.
Elzer's waiting for this.
Understanding it's likely, it's inevitable. Melser gets 2. Now with 12 seconds left, they manage to get the spike down, but they're left in tatters. They're entirely outnumbered.
And then Shy is going to get close enough right here. He's got his null command up online, so... Oh, the pulse ran out before, though. There it is. No TP available for Artis, even though his rendezvous aren't down anyways.
You remember his clutch, this time with an op in hand. It was a Vandal previously. He takes a good chunk of damage there, switches over to the Headhunter. Shy on the tap as they start to rotate around him, and there's nowhere for FPX to go.
And that orb ends up being brilliant, too. Allowing them to pressure while they tap the spike, too. And push the backside of yellow. Great round here out from Leviatan.
So long.
Oh. Taco.
Yeah, he's starting to wake up.
Good thing. And this read was also really, really nice from the players and the IGL of Leviatan.
Taco choosing just to have a Spectre here. Again, he's got the Tour de Force to work with. So he has a little bit of something extra there.
Here they're doing the wall boost that we saw in their match against Loud. It got some value. Zipon's coming this direction.
Oh, but it goes wide. He tries to find another. No. Stays for 2 shots. Eventually gets away. But good night, was that close. A 1-for-1 here is now Taco still holding his angle with the Tour de Force. Tries to get past the Sage Wall. Spamming through it. Trying to find something. FPX have gotten the spike down. You see Angel, he's got the Nightfall, and there it goes. Instantly uses it, but Shy pushing forward, trying to challenge, trying to fight, does.
Full blind.
Sugetsu still playing up close as Taco tries to get as close as he possibly can. And now the wall goes down. The kills go up for Leviatan as they get 2. Artis back by himself. He's got way too many targets in front of him. Melster's going to get the defuse.
And they do get the round that almost felt like it was a must-win here at the end of the half. 8-4.
Was it, what, 6-0 at one point? 4 rounds, and it probably should have been more, to be honest. This pistol's so important. Artis is going to get away. You see him, he tried to clearing out the knife. Didn't have the angle for it.
Just like the first round, some aggression down this garage area for Leviatan. But Artis is able to reposition, actually. Bait out that knife, and now he has a great place to peek from.
And the dart was there! But Artis swings out and cleans up Shy.
Same orb as well used here from Sugetsu. He's playing inside of it, though. And this is where we saw Leviatan struggle against Loud, is these mid-round positions where they're not finding anything, when they lose an advantage. It's hard for them to fight back into this, even more than other teams. Taco, so much space on this A side. There is definitely room to work with here, but Angel.
His timing is so good, man. And now he spotted Taco. Taco still choosing to show a hand, show a little skin. But they have gotten onto A, and they should be able to get the spike down. Artist still close by. Now all of the reinforcements of FPX have arrived.
And look, FPX was prepared for these plant positions too that Mimi was mentioning on the desk. Yeah. Immediately the C's lineup going out.
King taking care of Sugetsu. Artist still playing up
What
top.
A shock!
The shock dart right past his face! As Artist gets 3. Once again, the pistol so important, so pivotal for Leviatan, and it goes sideways.
It's 0-2 now in this game. Josh, absolutely right to point it out, because a large number of their early leads in the group stages came because they were fantastic at converting those pistols, fantastic at converting the bonuses, but less so from those gun rounds. That's why there were some close group stage games for them. And it's part of the reason as well. So far struggling in playoffs. FPX, we saw what they could do in the first half with that pistol round win. They started snowballing immediately.
I feel like a 7-round snowball feels more like an avalanche.
Their buy is so interesting, actually.
Revealing area.
So many light armors and only 1 Vandal here. Meanwhile, Leviatan is forced up into this. They've got a Stinger and 4 Spectres.
It's go time. Either you do it now or you don't do it at all.
This is exactly the type of thing that you need to be throwing at FPX when they go for these weaker anti-eco rounds.
Wall goes up. They should be able to get the spike down. And this is a different plant spot from what we were talking about previously. This is slightly deviating from the norm. For Leviatan, and now you see the wall go up. It gets spammed through. His King is already playing for lineups, and there's nobody threatening his backside. There's no pressure. There's no flank. He should be able to sit back cozily. And there's the first. The first of should be, yeah, he still has 1 more to work with. FPX, yeah, they're taking their dear sweet time on these fights. They still haven't cleared out. They still haven't cleared out King, though! It's a close play.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
Plenty of time here. With this many players so healthy against 1 Molly. And no orb. Dangerous situation. But FPX handle it. What a retake, too. Look at the patience they had. Xiao, while he starts to take this contact, Zippon pops up and deals with the rest of them.
They were so patient.
And Sugetsu, too, supporting him from the bottom side there. Methodically clearing from the top down. And Leviatan with the risk, trying to get back in this game, now forced to save just a couple of sheriffs and a little bit of light armor.
Early knife out towards long. There are 2 members from FPX who are already spamming into that lane. The Prowler across mid, pressure everywhere.
And the first 2 kills for FPX. Unfortunately, Zippon with the Guardian, man. Looks so good right now. Both the 2. Massive frags on this team. Artist and Zippon dealing it out. Now, I have to say, Zippon, man, conversation
well.
after Copenhagen was, you know, he's not the type of guy that people were hoping for.
Sure.
But so far at Champions, he's really turned that on his head.
Taco's looking to turn this round on his head. He still has 4 shots.
44 seconds, no way to get this plant down. Zippon actually doesn't have his nade.
But he does have a Guardian holding that angle. It's the player you just mentioned. And he delivers.
It really was Sugetsu and Xiao who took most of, obviously Artist too, but who took most of the praise after Copenhagen.
I mean, it was dubbed the Xiao Show. Yeah. He was an integral part to FPS's success.
Gotta add Zippon into the theater here. 11-4, such a massive lead. Well over the comeback that Loud already displayed against Leviatan.
Take flight.
And they have to pull something similar out of the hat, and it's on their weaker side too.
This is interesting. Artis is tucked into this cubby.
Oh, he didn't get suppressed?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know that they're expecting him here. Oh, now they know. Oh, that was almost problematic.
But the swing is so good from Zipan to follow up, and Artis is covering him.
Zipan on the swing out, and Melser.
There's the trade.
I mean, Zipan is still airborne when he got taken out.
The Artis is just hot.
I mean, when you're up 11-4.
One enemy remaining.
And everything continues to go your way.
Oh, this was the first real big chance here for Leviatan to start to break FPX, and at this point, they lose this, and the air has been taken out of their lungs right now.
Yes, it has.
They're barely breathing.
Point.
Look at the economy. 3.6K is the max. Thankfully, Takalia has this Tour de Force online, so it's going to be okay. But, I mean, look, just looking at the way that these guys are playing, it's not, FPX doesn't feel like they're having a good time putting them in the dirt.
There was the man you were just mentioning.
The CEO of Leviatan.
FPX around away.
Oh my goodness. The C's missed, but the nade did some damage.
And it would have found value had it hit. But it's actually Artis who continues to
No
hit. He
way.
finds the second from up and nest. He takes an aggressive spot, and he's rewarded. King's Guardian able to take care of him, but numbers still in favor of FPX. You mentioned that Tour de Force. You see Taco with it right now.
Has room to work with. But it is funny there. Artis for the first time actually does get suppressed, and he still gets to.
With a shot at a third, too.
And honestly, you expected Verso to have his ult up online at that point, but that drone tag not going to do much either way.
Leviatan quietly work their way into
This is
A.
good. This is good.
Yeah, they've gotten this far.
That drone's giving false information right now, Angel. Oh, some noise given away here. That's a nice pick.
You don't have to worry about the nade. You do have to worry about the pit if you're FPX here. Spike's still not planted. Angel just jumps right in.
Angel classic.
Planted.
Xiao tries to circumnavigate the ultimate that's been dropped at his feet. King, Adverso, really, Taco, they're all playing within the confines of it. As Xiao tries to get behind enemy lines, Sugetsu's able to take care of Adverso, but the pit is still up. Sugetsu's left in this 1v2. And Taco keeps Leviatan alive for one more round.
That's crazy. I mean, the silent walk up on A just worked. They get Zipan, who puts his drone out, thinks everything's safe. And he just gets his head ripped off while he rotates and swaps with Angel.
No more.
That is aggressive. That was bold of Angel. That was bold.
The man is bold, what can you say?
He is bold.
In many ways.
They still have a cozy lead to work with here too, so yeah, why not? Go for a play. Sugetsu with, you can tell he was mulling over the possibility of an aggressive Viper's pit towards A.
Artis just got the shot off and the TP before him being suppressed.
You will not.
And it was across mid too. They have to invest the wall to try to bring the res back, and they do. How much more do FPX try to challenge here? They have 4 close by.
Big trouble here. They can't really pivot back towards A unless they go for a split, and there's a great pick again. Artis
Teleport's ready.
trying to wait for this wall to go, but they've already crossed at this point. So many big ults here from the Leviatan, and they can immediately cancel. They have to use this no command, or Zipan will have massive impact again.
He saw, he saw so much utility.
Oh, they're gonna push. Remember those plants that Mimi was talking about on the desk? Use the wall deep and try to fight the site.
Artis still here.
He's in front of the wall too.
And there's
His ult's
the
gone.
So they have to give the space up. No showstopper, no tour de force to think about right now. You see the utility dumped onto the side as Zipan finds
Spike planted.
just a little nook to stay alive in. Now Artis has fallen. Zipan's still playing up top, suppressed. And okay for now.
Ult's back.
Shy's gonna have a hard time getting out of that one. Yeah, there's no way through.
Oh, they just broke the knife. Zipan still has a chance
Is he
here.
gonna commit? Oh, he's considering it. There's
They
a
can get
100
half.
Fury, and there he goes. He goes up top, but he doesn't get past yellow. Oh, but he still gets one. Verso finds one with the Hunter's Fury.
And he still has this wall up right now. He might stick it. He might stick it.
Gonna get challenged. He's expecting it, and Melser wins it out anyway. Leviatan get to 6.
A great couple of rounds put together right now. Stopping FPX from closing out this map. Oh, there was such a chance for Zip on there to get 2 potentially, and even maybe cancel the Hunter's Fury. But cool, calm, and collected. Patience actually did pay off. FPX went a little aggressive. Angel lost his life very early in that.
It's a bit more patient after Leviatan. The spike is still back.
Come on, he's full blind. Fully flashed.
And perhaps that timeout was exactly what they needed.
Toxins going up.
Leviatan scoop up the spike and now start to rotate back towards B. Yugatu's still playing over here, and he should still have some utility. Yeah, he still has 2 mollies to work with. Taco can't find his way in the kitchen.
I think Angel wanted to fight there, but with Shao. Oh no, the TP! Oh no!
I think you're right, Ball. I think Angel did fight there. Artist with a rare miss. But a miss nonetheless.
Only hope they have his first vessel to do this, and unfortunately it just locks it up. That's the map, almost certainly Melzer in a 1v5.
Spike's out of reach, too. A prime gaming fall is